Hi, my name is Interval, and this is Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD. I will be running all worlds for this category, which means that I'll be running through every single level in this game, in the main game. We're gonna want to pick Sonic the Hedgehog here because he has the fastest speed and one of the best bounces and jump in the game, which those stats are very important, and he has almost max of all of them, which is great. So as you can see here, there are 10 worlds here. We're going to be going through them one by one. Alright, and time starts when I select level 1. So 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD. It came out in 2019, developed by Sega as the long-awaited return of Super Monkey Ball. It's a remake of Banana Blitz, a launch title for the Wii, which heavily relied on motion controls. However, this game has done away with motion controls for a more traditional control style. It's also added a few quality of life features such as an improved UI and Sonic the Hedgehog being a playable character. Some of the levels are also accommodated to be more difficult with the control instead of having to use motion controls. So this first world is not too hard. There's not really a whole lot of stuff going on right here. On the bonus stages, we're going to want to die as quickly as possible so that we can keep moving on with the next level. Another thing that this game introduces that is different from other Monkey Ball games is the jump mechanic, which you've seen in a couple of levels prior. This jump mechanic is very useful. It can help you get a good bounce at the start. It can help you control your momentum. It can help you go even longer distances, stop your momentum like that. Pretty simple stuff. Pretty cool too. Alright, now this is our first big trick. We're going to turn around here, jump, do a late bounce to keep our momentum, and go into the goal. And then there's nothing really much interesting about this level, so this can be used for donations. Another thing that this game does differently from other Monkey Ball games is that there are boss fights, and they've only been seen in this game. They have not come back. They are pretty interesting. They shake up the core gameplay. Now as you can see here, we got this bird, and we want to make sure that we jump and hit its head. And we have to do that 4 times, and he's done. Now he can do 2 attacks. One is a wind attack, which you saw before, and one is a peck attack, which you just saw just now. The wind attack is faster because you can jump up and hit his head really quick before he starts to flap the wind. There you go. And he's already done. Super simple. And World 1 is complete. Now you might have noticed due to the timer on the left side of the screen that this is a PC game. I have a load remover on live split, but I'm also timing this in real time. Here's another example of how that late bounce really helps. If you had done a bounce immediately when you hit the ground, you would have not had enough momentum to get to the other end. But with the late bounce, you can go farther and you can keep your momentum instead of having your momentum stopped. Another thing that this game, it gets criticized a lot for its weird collision. For example, edges are pretty weird in how they work. It gets weirdly specific with how the edges work. It's not fun. This level, nothing too interesting happening here, and there's a bonus stage right after, so good spot for donations. Alright, now this is a really cool level. You have all that level, how about let's just skip it? There you go. Ooh, now we're gonna get into bridge mechanics. You saw bridges in a couple of levels in World 1, but this level and another level in particular are really bad just in how they work in terms of collision. As you can see, I was getting bounced around everywhere. This is different from Banana Blitz on the Wii. Banana Blitz on the Wii, the bridges are treated as just a regular platform like what I'm on right now. However, in Banana Blitz HD, every plank has collision, which means every space can bounce you up. So you basically have to get really lucky with that level. Slowing down, it only loses a couple of seconds. You have all this level right here. How about let's just skip it? Perfect. That's another use of the jump when you fall from big places. You can jump immediately to stop all of your forward momentum. Like that. So you can easily control yourself after long falls. Makes it a whole lot easier. A jump mechanic can be heavily utilized in this game. And now we're on to the World 2 boss. Alright, now this boss is He Cannon. As you can see, he fires missiles out of his like rocket launcher arm things. You jump on him and they go back to him. And that's how you win. Unfortunately, this boss is pretty RNG heavy. It really, it's random how he shoots the missiles. It's random when he decides to shoot the missile. Right now I'm getting really good luck, but sometimes you can wait upwards of 20 seconds. Now, up here in a bit, he's going to fire a flurry of missiles. And our job is to hit as many as we can so we can take him out really quick. Got 3 there. There we go. That was enough. And he's done, and we have our second banana. World clear. Moving on to World 3. Now you might have noticed that the music in this game is a bit different than the Wii game. This is the only track in the main game that has been kept from the original Wii game. Everything else is either new or taken from Super Monkey Ball 1, Super Monkey Ball 2, or Super Monkey Ball 3D for the 3DS. A lot of these levels are really quick and really easy. They don't require a whole lot of huge tricks, although a couple levels ago I did do a pretty big trick. But the rest of these levels are not terribly difficult. Be a good spot for donations. Here's a bonus stage. These next couple levels, they're not too interesting. Good spot for donations. Ready? Go. Ooh. Ah, no. I got bad collision there off of the bridge. There we go. That's what's supposed to happen. Alright, this level can get pretty wild. Got this gigantic level here. It takes most of the timer normally, but we're just gonna jump a few times and skip a whole bunch of the level. "15 seconds, 14 seconds, that's pretty fast. Here we have the World 3 boss, a bomb and orangutan. As you can see, his weak point is his belly button, so we have to hit that a few times and he'll be done. But there's a pretty cool trick you can do. He's done. If you go just right, you can get him without him attacking once. It's great. Alright, World 4. Now this one is pretty long because there are a lot of these pyramids that have a bunch of doors, and the doors can take a while. There's also a lot of stairs in this world, which can be pretty tedious at some points. But hopefully they won't get in our way too much. Here's another example of the horrible bridge collision in this game. I should not have bounced there. Oh yeah, this world also has awful collision because the cracks on the ground are all the space is filled in. It's not just one single platform. It's kind of infuriating when you go into a run and then it dies due to you bouncing off of the floor and falling out like 3 times in a row. Here's another example of that. Riddled with all of these bumps right here. Like, I got lucky right there, but they could bounce you up and it could ruin you. This level is pretty fun. Jump across all of these circles here. And now we have a bonus stage. A lot of these levels are pretty straightforward. Nothing too interesting happening here. Alright, now this level, again pretty interesting, are introducing boost pads. They make you go faster, and they're like the bane of my existence. The way that boost pads work is different in this game than in the original Banana Blitz. Usually, no, it's the same. It deals with your weight on how fast you go, and Sonic is a very fast character, but his weight is also pretty big. It's 4 out of 5, so that means that getting speed off of the speed boost is not going to really help us, and it might just get more in our way. Here we have an instance of stairs being annoying. And after this, we'll be at our 4th boss. Here we go. This is Technosaur. Gigantic dinosaur. There's a button at the top of his head that deactivates him, and as you can see, there are a whole bunch of segments. This is the coolest boss in the whole game. You actually play the level on top of the dinosaur. It's amazing. That first section, it's like whack-a-mole. You pick the right one that glows, and then here you just jump on a few missiles right there. And now we just straight shot to the goal. There we go. And he's done. And we've got our 4th banana. We are halfway there in terms of boss fights. There are only 8 boss fights, but there are 10 worlds, so the last 2 worlds do not have bosses, which I'm fine with. Because they can get pretty annoying starting now. World 5 is one of the most technical worlds in the game. There are a bunch of levels that can really make or break your run right in this world. Here is one of them. This level normally takes you about a minute to complete. However, if you do 2 skips, you can complete it with only 30 seconds. There's 1 skip, and this skip is very difficult, so if I fail this, I'm just going to do the regular skip. But I made it there, so we're good. If I fail there, that's also a pretty good time for donation since I'll be waiting around a lot. There we go. Completed that entire level in only 31 seconds. These levels don't have anything interesting going on. Just get to the end. That's a pretty cool trick. Not that hard to do. Alright, now we're getting to the interesting stuff. 5-5. We have this gigantic ring here that we're supposed to ride on. However, let's just take the railing instead. Easy. Ooh, this level is fun. 5-6. You can jump across all of these rings. Go really fast, skip across this whole part, and make it to the goal in less than 10 seconds. 5-7, this is a very technical level. First, you want to get to the middle part as fast as possible, so that you have enough time to react. Then when the timer hits 109, start moving, jump. What's supposed to happen is you jump onto the second one of those 5 platforms, bounce onto the last one, and you should have just enough momentum to jump and make it to the very end. I'm going to try it again. Oh, that might be a bit late. But we made it! And then the rest of the level is pretty standard. And now we have this final level, which is very long and very boring. There's a strat where you can jump on top of the rope and skip a level, but it only saves a few seconds. This would be a great spot for some large donations because we're gonna be here for a while. And there's the goal. Alright, now time for the World 5 boss. This is where most people got stuck in the original game because this boss whacks you around a whole bunch with its tentacles. However, in this game, it's not too bad. After 3 hits, he starts to go back into the water after every single hit. And we can try again. I've never actually gone on top of the rim of his head before. That's pretty cool. 2 more hits and he'll be done. He also does a little burst of water, which can knock you back. There are also these little green octopuses, all that can take you down really easy. They do about the same hit as a tentacle, and if they hit you, you're getting knocked around and you will probably fall off. But we did that pretty easy. Pretty good. Five worlds down, 5 to go. World 6.
Ready? Go.
This world is going to introduce a lot of boost pad stuff. Here we got a whole bunch of waiting around, so another good spot for some donations. There's a lot of waiting around in this game. The cycles are not that friendly, unfortunately. As we get up close to the top, there is a strat where you can jump from here, land on the railing, and get into the goal. But to be safe, I'm going to just do the normal route and wait until I get to the top, then go onto the rail. 6-3, this is one of the toughest levels in the game. You have to do what we did with the ring level in World 5, except now there's 3 of them. Jump over to this platform, wait for the ring to pass, and keep going. And now it's smooth sailing to the end of the level. 6-4. This is a very awkward level. The edges of these squares all have bumps on them like that. That can destroy your speed. Not fun. So you want to make sure you avoid those cracks as much as possible. Moving on to a bonus stage here.
Ready? Go. Ready?
Alright. Now this level looks really hard, but you can really just straight shot it to the goal. Here we have a bunch of mushrooms that take a long time to come down. However, since we go so fast, we can just skip through almost all of them and go to the goal super easy. This, even though it only has a 30-second timer, is the longest level in World 3. Or World 6, excuse me. All of these boost pads here to take it to the very end. And with how weird boost pads are and how weird collision is, you have to be very careful with how you approach this level. If you die here, that's another 30 seconds lost, and that can be huge. But luckily we made it in one shot. And the final level of World 6. We're going to see if we can get the early cycle. And we can. That is a pretty difficult cycle to get. If you miss it, you have to wait another 5 seconds. And now we have Baboon Croon. Heard the goal here is to hit the microphone. Hit that 5 times and you're good. However, she likes to spin around a lot. However, what you can do to make this boss a bit more bearable is you can get multiple hits on the microphone like that. And it makes this boss go by a lot faster. These falling rocks can also get into the way very easily. Another strategy for this is that the boss mostly turns to the right. So if you want to plan out your attacks so she doesn't just spin randomly over and over again, just know that she's going to spin to the right, and that's your plan.
World clear.
Moving on to World 7 here. This is one of my least favorite worlds because there are so many levels that can just trip you up if you're not ready. This being one of them. If you jump at the very top of these hills, it will kill some of the speed and you won't go flying up.
Ready?
This level used to be pretty hard in Banana Blitz for the Wii because these railings were actually just railings and not full-on platforms. But now, super simple to get into the goal.
Ready? Go.
Looks difficult, but you can just jump, and there you go. A lot of these levels look difficult, but when you play them and you practice them, they're not that bad. There is a safe strat to this which I will be taking where you jump onto the orange platform instead of going into the goal. If you try to go into the goal, you have to worry about all those spikes coming down from the orange platforms, and they're not fun to deal with.
Go. Fallout. Ready? Go.
Sometimes you have to wait on this stage, sometimes you don't. It's weird.
Ready? Go.
Now you see all those rails that we have to jump down? How about let's just skip the whole level instead?
Ready? Go.
And then these last two levels are not that interesting, so good spot for donations. This last level especially, since it takes 40 seconds to complete. Oh, if you get stuck in here, just sort of like wall bounce your way back up. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Oh, I am. Okay, good. That can get pretty scary if you don't have enough speed right there. It's killed too many runs. 13 seconds left, and I did pretty good on that level. This level takes a long time. And here we have the World 7 boss, Yoko, and her trusted psychic friend ball thing, Magma Cock. So, what you want from this boss is a Hulk smash like that. That way you can easily bounce up and score a hit. And now you just gotta wait. Yoko will bounce around on these balls and be a general nuisance. Where are you? There we go. Hit her 5 times and she's done. Now there's a cool strat you can do if I can get it. I can't get it. But it's another Hulk smash, so that's not a big deal. There are a few forms that Yoko can take with the ball. Alright, one more hit to go. And it's the bulldozer form. Jump on the bottom ball, and you will have way too much height. If you get stuck behind, try not to get spun around too much. And it'll break off in a little minute. There we go. And Yoko is done.
World clear.
Alright, moving on to World 8 Space Case.
Ready? Go.
Jump over here, land on the boost pad. Boom.
Go.
Not too much going on for this level. Good spot for donations.
Go.
Jump there just to be safe so I didn't fly over the goal.
Ready? Go.
Gigantic maze level, meat jumping.
Go.
Mazes are easily beatable when you are able to jump.
Ready? Go.
This level is pretty interesting in that you see all these boost pads, yet you don't want to touch any of them. Because if you do, you will be bounced around or get killed like that. That one boost pad on the hill, you want to take that so you can get up the hill easier. But everything else you want to avoid. Like that. Jump over here to this side and get to the goal.
Ready? Go. Fall out. Ready? Go.
This level has a pretty cool skip, jump, and now half the level is already gone.
Go.
There is also another skip where you do the level normally and jump straight to the goal, but it saves the same exact amount of time and it's a lot harder to do, so... Oh, I just barely made it. That can get you sometimes.
Go. Ready? Go. Go.
Alright, one more level and we'll be at the final boss. The monkey that stole all of the golden bananas. Captain Krabuchin. Look at him. Look how menacing that is. And yet you have to hit his butt.
Ready?
And where it hurts, I guess. There you go. Now, there are quite a few attacks to this boss. He can slam the ground, which in that case you can just easily go around back and hit him again. He can do this move where he summons a bunch of purple orbs that ruin your run. And then he also does a spin move, which hopefully I'll be able to skip all of that. Oh no! Okay, this is the spin move he does. He puts his claw down and he just rotates it around. You have to jump over it, or if you are quick enough you can just skip all of that and move on to the... oh no. If you are too close to him at any point like that, then you are a goner. If you are stuck in the middle, then there is a good chance that you will get flown off, so jump before he slams onto the ground and you should be good. And we're done. Every single boss is completed, but we are not done yet. We've still got 2 more worlds to go through, and these worlds get pretty interesting.
World clear.
Mash A through here, there's a credit sequence. And we're on to Sinking Swamp. 10 levels, no bosses. There's a bonus stage in there, but That's the only distraction there is. Everything else, pure challenge.
Ready? Go!
This level, they want you to go slow, but we're Sonic, and when has Sonic ever gone slow? If he has, I don't want to know. That sounds horrible.
9, 8, go! Ready? Go!
The music bops in this world, it's so good. Alright. Now we have this gigantic loop. How about we just skip it and go straight to the goal? Ooh, coming up we have probably the most fun strat in this game. Right here. Oh, I'm excited. I get so excited every time I do this strat. You jump off over here. Bounce. Bounce. Oh no, I didn't make it first try. I was too slow. But we can get it again. There we go. We should be good now. And we just make it all the way to the end of the level. It's so cool. And now we're back to a level where you have to wait on a cycle. Oh yeah, this game is not hard to die. I have 20 lives here. I started with 3. At the end of these runs, you rack up so many lives. It's insane. I think my record is like 25 or so.
Ready? Go!
Here's another one where you fall to the goal. And just once again, you just jump as soon as you hit the ground, and it stops all of your momentum. Jump over the third boost pad so you don't get flown off of the stage. Oh, that's never happened before. And now this last level looks big and menacing, but if we have a big and menacing level, we just fall. And we win. Or not. I'm having some problems with this level. Usually does not take this long, but if you die on this level, pretty easy respawn. I don't know what's going on. I had this level yesterday. There we go. You bounce off of that platform and go into the goal. And there's no world clear, so you just split there. Not like it matters. Hopefully I didn't split twice because I cannot see my splits right now. But this is Ultra Heaven, the final world of the game. And also the most challenging levels. And if you've played Banana Blitz on the Wii, you know exactly what level is coming up. And let me tell you, it is still just as difficult. Alright, 10-3. One of the more challenging levels. Jump over here. Land on a little square. If you land on the corner, you will lose all your speed. And it is not fun. Oh, this one is really fun. You're on these rotating cylinders. Jump over here. Have a whole bunch of speed. Bounce off of that wall. Jump over here. And just roll your way into the goal. Aw, man, this world is so much fun. And that's our last bonus stage, so we don't have to worry about that again. Here is the hardest level in the game. All of those triangle spikes that you saw somewhat in World 7, they are back with a vengeance, and they are here to take all of your lives like that. Now, there are some strats that we can do to save some time and energy and sanity. First off, jumping on those pillars skips a whole bunch of that. Jump over to that segment over there, and it saves a whole bunch of time. And now this segment, there's not really much you can do here. Just hope for the best. Once you land on here, this is where you be very careful. This platform, it has collision, unlike the Wii version. On the Wii version, you would have to jump directly from the red spikes over to the boost pad, and it was not fun at all. Jump over here. Tiny jump right there, and just roll over to the goal. And then after this, we only have 3 levels to go.
Ready? Go!
Oh no, I missed the angle. If I miss it, then that's a pretty good time for donations. There we go. That's the strat we want. Skips a whole bunch of the level. Finish in 15 seconds. Easy as that.
Ready?
Surprisingly, one of the more easy Ultra Heaven levels is the second to last one, so here's a good spot for donations. I say it's easy, and then I die. This level's been giving me a lot of trouble lately, but I've been trying to cut as many corners as possible with this level. Alright, and the final level is a climb to the top. And time will be called when I go through the goal at this level. Going up these boost pads gives you a whole bunch of speed going up, and so it's not slow and sluggish. Jumping also helps with the momentum and time. There we go. And that was Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD All Worlds. And how fast was that? That was a 41:28. Are you kidding me? I could have PB'd there. Nice. Alright. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you consider the run. This is Interval, signing off.